Welcome to Networking Nuggets, the show where we dig deep into the art of building powerful connections. I'm your host, N.A.H.S.E. In each episode, we bring you inspiring stories, practical tips, and expert advice from industry leaders and networking pros. Whether you're a seasoned professional or starting your career, this is the place to discover how to leverage networking and mentorship to fuel your success. Get ready to unlock the secrets of effective networking, develop meaningful relationships, and cultivate a community that empowers you. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's dive into today's episode of Networking Nuggets. Wait. Remember, in the world of networking, it's all about practical advice for powerful networks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to an episode of Networking Nuggets. I'm your host, N.A.H.S.E, and today we have a very, very special guest, Christina Boogie Claxton, a dynamic healthcare leader and mentor. Christina, thank you a million times so much for joining us today.
Well, I just want to say thank you for having me. This is just a privilege being on Networking Nuggets, and I'm just excited for our conversation for today.
Yes. So we're going to let the audience know how I became your stalker. Yes, I admit it, but you are a gem in the networking field, in the mentorship field. So you're going to walk us down your journey, introduce yourself, and we're going to dive in.
Sure. So my name is Christina Boogie Claxton, MPA. I am the Education Chair of the National Association of Health Service Executives. I am a board member of the Young Gifted and Black Entrepreneur Awards. Previously, I served as the Secretary and Vice President of the Healthcare Leaders of New York, which is affiliated with the American College of Healthcare Executives. And different other organizations. And how I met you is through, N.A.H.S.E, the National Association of Health Service Executives. You actually became a mentee during the first cohort, during that program. And, as of right now, we're in our third cohort, and now you're a mentor. You've been a mentor for the past two cohorts. It's been such a pleasure just working with you and even seeing you grow through your career and journey.
Yes, and I appreciate that. I let the audience know I don't just write about it, right? I live it. I hope you have seen the growth, because
definitely
I've come a long way.
We could just talk even a little about even you starting as a mentee. I believe your mentor was George LeConte. I believe, you could correct me if I'm wrong, he's the COO of Harlem Health and Hospital.
Yes. We adore George. I mean, He set a huge foundation for me in the mentor-mentee program in N.A.H.S.E. Like, I can't outdo him. I don't try to outdo him, but we do have bragging rights on how a CEO of the day at the hospital. So George will forever have a special place in my heart. And I'm glad that you started our segment with mentorship, because being the mentor cohort, right, doing your program, walk us through what the program provides, and just your journey and how you believe in mentorship and mentor in our healthcare society.
Yeah, so when I actually joined N.A.H.S.E, I actually wanted to join a committee, and I actually didn't know where exactly I wanted to be. And it was presented like, oh, you could be the education chair, you could speak to different colleges, and you can actually create your own mentorship program. And I found that so fascinating, just because I have children of my own. Just like looking back, and it's like, I wish I had this opportunity coming out of school, being paired with a mentor and having someone able to guide me through like the whole career journey. So I actually took upon being a part of the education committee and creating this mentorship program. I didn't know where to start. So my first year, I found it to be rocky, but I had a lot of mentors that signed up as you could tell, like Georgia Khan, COO of Harlem Health and Hospitals, that's a C-suite executive that was willing to participate in a program that I'm just launching. Also, we had Maya Williams, who's the CFO of Rockefeller University. And, you're talking about top-notch professionals in healthcare, and it's just, to me, it's like little old me, like, just starting a program and you getting these C-suite individuals that is so intrigued in giving back, in mentoring, and, just providing time to others that's coming up, early careers that's coming up in the healthcare industry. So, to me, that was just like a big win for me, just looking back at it. And with the mentorship program is pairing mentors and mentees, with other individuals in the industry and having them just guide them or giving them advice, helping them with networking, opening up other doors, other opportunities. So, yeah.
I will, as a previous mentee and now mentor, I will say that the gems that you receive from this program, from this cohort, like you can't find in like a textbook. You're not going to be able to pick up on your own. Like it's set to base. If you're an introvert, it's great because the pairing that you do with the mentor and the mentee. Walk us through how you pair the mentors and the mentees.
So that's always the difficult part. To me, it's the fun part, but it's also the most difficult part. So I do send out an interest form. I do ask individuals, what are they looking to get out of the mentorship program? What field? What are they pursuing in career-wise? Because, there's so many different aspects of healthcare. You could be in finance. You could be administrative. You could be clinical. So, which avenue and which career path that they want to, go for. And then, taking that, and just pooling it. Even if I didn't have a mentor that's like volunteered, I would reach out to people and like say, hey, I have this mentee. This is their goal. I think you would be a perfect fit. Would you be a mentor for this person? So a lot of pairing I did that way, just by reaching out to individuals who I think would be a best fit, and for the most part it really worked out. The pairing actually worked out, but you have to do your homework. It's not going to be that easy. Sometimes it's not the most perfect match. Sometimes they're a little bit different in industries, but having a person that's able to relate to you and help you navigate and make you look at different aspects of healthcare, it actually goes a long way.
Now you've had several roles because you're a VP now, correct? You're big C-suite status, and where you started from. Like, I don't want you to be modest because I'm going to give you your flowers. And got you from where you started to where you are now.
So just a little bit about me and my career journey. I started off because my background is accounting, and I love accounting. I love accounting from junior high school. Even in high school, I was in the Academy of Finance. I did a lot of work in corporate finance. So like Citigroup, I did a lot of, as I said, corporate finance. When I did my undergrad at Lehman College, and I did my 5-year degree in 3 years at Lehman. And
wait, what?
Yeah.
In 3 years?
It did it 3 years. So I took 6 classes every semester and 4 classes in the summer. So I mean, I actually graduated high school early as well. But that's when you're persistent, right?
Yes.
So in when I was doing my undergrad, I was given the opportunity. It was either to work at Deloitte or to work at Montefiore Medical Center. And for those that know, the proximity between Lehman College and Montefiore, it's about a 15-minute walk to get to Montefiore. Or it was like Deloitte. Deloitte is a high-name accounting firm. For any accounting major, that wouldn't even be a question. It's just like, of course you would go to Deloitte. But for me, it was actually a tough decision, and I didn't do Deloitte. I actually did my internship at Montefiore. as a patient safety intern. So it has nothing to do related to accounting. Nothing related to accounting, but I wanted the opportunity to do something a little bit different. I'm like, why not? It's in, close proximity to campus. I was also a captain of the track team while I was at Lehman. I was president of the student athletic committee. So it just made sense to do an internship that was closer to campus for me. But I learned so much during my internship, and within my role, I basically had to learn Joint Commission regulations and quality and make sure that we were compliant with those regulations. However, I would quantify my findings. And I'm like, wait, this is accounting. I could do accounting in a hospital. It was like, nobody ever told me this,
Mm-hmm.
So that actually, just triggered a light bulb for me. And once my internship was finished, I actually applied for Weill Cornell Medical College, where I was hired as a financial assistant. So I was a financial assistant 1, a financial assistant 2. I got promoted to a financial analyst, and then actually moved on to Columbia University as a senior financial analyst. And then my boss left and recruited. He left and went to HSS, a hospital for special surgery, and he recruited me to go to HSS. And I was there for 8 years. As a manager. Yeah. And then, you get a time in your career where you are too comfortable, and it's like you need to get out your bubble.
Yes.
And then I went on to Mount Sinai, and I was there for 3 years as the associate director of ambulatory care. And recently I just been hired by Montefiore again as the director of finance for OBGYN and women's health.
Yes.
So that's just a little bit behind my career.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
In that journey, right? I've had the privilege of seeing you in person, in 3D, right front and center. I'm sure you built connections. I've witnessed those connections. What strategies have you found most effective for building valuable connections? And what is the importance of that? How is that in your career? Are you ready to build a powerful connection that elevate your career? Welcome to Networking Nugget, the podcast dedicated to providing you with practical advice for a powerful network. Join us as we explore the art and science of networking with insights from industry leaders and experts. Discover actionable tips that you can implement immediately to enhance your professional relationships. But that's not all. Dive deeper into the world of networking with my books, The Power of Connection, A Mentee's Guide to Networking Mastery, and From Connections to Growth, Advancing Your Path to Professional Excellence. These guides are packed with strategies to help you master networking and turn connections into opportunities for growth. Tune in to Networking Nuggets for your weekly dose of networking wisdom. Whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your skills, we've got you covered. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast platform and take the first step towards building your powerful network today.
Yeah, so I will have to talk about the beginning. How did I get there? So before I would go to work, I have 2 kids. I would go to work and go home to my 2 kids, and that was it. That was life after work, just me and my kids. But when I was at HSS, I couldn't move. I couldn't get promoted, and I didn't know why. I just felt very stagnant. So I actually joined a leadership program, and my director, she was saying, "Oh, you need a mentor." And she was like, "Oh, you should reach out to the AVP of education. Her name is Car Marie Mignon." And yes. Yes, and she was actually a AVP of education, and I had no idea. And I reached out to her, and she's the one that introduced me to H&Y or N.A.H.S.E. And once I read her bio, I was so mesmerized, and I was like, oh, look at this. This is like a pathway to healthcare. Like, I had no idea. Like, yeah, so yeah, since then I've joined all these organizations. Even when I was a VP of HNY last year, she was actually the president of the organization.
Yes.
So yeah, and she just became my mentor since, and it's just like her pathway opened up doors for me, just seeing a different footprint, because I would never know. I would just think you would just go to work, you do your work, you would apply, and you would just get a job, and not knowing that there's like a whole bunch of different organizations out there, that offer, guidance and help, and.
So you were lucky enough to have a referral. So we have, the audience is very, it's colorful. We have early careerists, we have students, we have fellows, and we have senior careerists. What advice do you give to each of them? Like, what qualities should they be looking for in a mentor? How should they find a mentor? Like, we talked in the beginning of the segment about joining N.A.H.S.E and, the mentorship program. Well, let's say, like, now our cohort has started. How do you go about finding a mentor?
How do you go about finding a mentor? It's really about going. It's getting from the computer and going to events and really engaging with other people and talking to other people. Because as you start to network and people start telling, giving you information about themselves, you learn more, and then you might find someone that's intriguing, or you can resonate with, or. So to me, the power is really getting out and networking and going to these events, and not being scared, like, hey, here's my LinkedIn, can we connect, can we do lunch, can we do dinner? I had a few questions, just being, just thinking out the box as well. That doesn't necessarily mean, say you're in administration, you cannot be compared to someone that's in like clinical, it's really, the experience is limitless. You could just reach out to other individuals as a early careerist, mid careerist, or even senior careerist. I mean, I'm in the 92 New York Women in Power Fellowship this year, and I'm being paired with a mentor, even though I have a mentorship program. So, that's to tell you, tell you the power of mentorship,
I think that perspective is awesome. I preach this advice, write it down. I share it whenever I can. And, we're getting to the sad part where we're almost out of time. And if you can leave a lasting impression to mentees out there and a summary of advice, what would you give? Because it's not all good, right? We've had some success in our mentor and networking circle. What advice would you give for challenges?
The challenges, yes. I did have a few, challenges during the mentorship program as well. Sometimes as you're being paired with a mentor, and a mentor can be busy at times, you still need to take the initiative, still reach out. And if you see that your relationship is not going far, try to find someone else. I mean, sometimes it's hard to say, hey, like, this is not working out and I have to just give up on this. But there's so much, the world is limitless. There's so much people that's willing to give you their time. I was speaking to an individual, and he said, well, if my mentor told me to contact their secretary to plan time with them, I was like, that's not really a mentor. You want someone you're able to reach. You can text at any time and do like a powwow. Like even any questions I have to mind, I call Car Marie and I say, hey, just to run this by you, what do you think and what's your perspective on it? But that's when you have somebody, that's in your corner that experiences, the things that you're going to go through, and then they could give you actually a positive or negative feedback. Sometimes you don't want a mentor just to say yes to everything you say as well. You want somebody to challenge you and really make you think and grow. So, yeah.
I appreciate you so. I wrote some of those things down because it's never too late to learn, right? We keep
Agreed.
keep growing and evolving. I want to thank you. You've shared so many valuable insights today. We are going to wrap up and have a fun segment that I do at the end of the show. And it's called Toolbox and Trash. I know. So I'm going to give you 5 items, right, related to networking and mentorship. And you'll decide if you'll keep them in your professional toolbox or toss them in the trash.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Number 1, and I know I'm going to get pushback for this. I already see the DMs flooding. Paper business cards.
I would really, it's really depending on what kind of setting you're in. I could say yay or nay. There's a lot of networking events. I would say a LinkedIn scan can clearly do the trick of a professional business card. However, in certain settings, I have to always have business cards on hand because there's those that don't have LinkedIn. So, yes. So I can't really give you a precise answer with that because I would still keep my business cards. I wouldn't toss it just yet, just because it's not like everyone is virtual. So I would keep it.
Oh, so we got an item in the toolbox, guys. We have an item. Okay. LinkedIn connections.
Oh, I love LinkedIn. I have so much connections on LinkedIn, and it's so funny when I go to events where I try to connect with people and they say we're friends already. Sometimes it's so priceless, and I'm like, send me a message, like DM me so I don't lose you. It's so funny and so awkward at the same time, like we're friends already. So I would definitely keep LinkedIn connections. It's so powerful. You can connect with people across the United States in just a click. So, and then professionals. So I feel like LinkedIn is so important.
So your toolbox is full.
Yeah, it's full.
I have one that I have to say.
Go ahead.
Navy blue suit.
No, you have to have a navy blue suit. That's like a must. That's like a professional. Like professionals, you have to have one.
It's
mandatory. Like you have to. Like you have to have a blue suit. I mean, what they said, black is more for funeral, blue is professional.
Yes.
Yes.
We can. What do you say for the millennium? I think you're a millennium. I'm not a millennium. We can put the navy blue piece, like what is it, A-line skirt to spruce up the navy blue suit, but it's staying in the toolbox. Okay, all right.
My toolbox is full. It's all right.
Your toolbox is full. Elevator pitch.
That one you need to have as well. You need to have a pitch about yourself on standby at any given moment. Like if somebody asks, "Hey, who are you?" Like you have to be like on point. There is time. I went to Congress in Chicago, and I'm meeting people from like Alabama and Mississippi. Hey, how are you? Who are you? It's just like you have to have that on standby. Like that's what makes you you. Sorry, my toolbox is gonna be really full.
It's full over. Like you need two toolboxes at this point. Christina, it's always a pleasure connecting with you. I appreciate you so for coming to share your wealth of wisdom, your little nuggets of of how connection can be. Just it's in the wording, right? Powerful and necessary. And can you let the audience know how to get in touch with you in case they have any more questions, any more advice they want to seek out for networking? And I thank you.
Sure. So, you could Google, you could basically Google my name. There's a whole bunch of things that are going to pop up. So Christina Bogey Claxton or Christina Bogey, a lot of items will pop up on like LinkedIn. My email address is christinabogey@yahoo.com. And I just want to say thank you. I've seen you grown over the years, and I truly appreciate the work that you're doing, the positivity that you're spreading throughout, not just in healthcare, but across the board. I've seen you, all over. You're just all over promoting your book, and it's just so inspiring. And I just want to say thank you to all the participants that's listening on Networking Nuggets. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, guys, that is a wrap. I want to emphasize how critical networking and mentorship is in healthcare field, and actually many fields. And Christina, once again, has provided us with practical strategies and insights that can help anyone looking to build meaningful connection and foster supportive relationships. As always, thank you, listeners, for tuning in to this episode of Networking Nuggets. If you found value in today's discussion, please share this episode with your network and leave us a review. Your support helps us reach more people and share these important insights. Until next time, keep building those connections and empowering one another. Spreading practical advice for powerful networks. Bye.
Bye, everyone.